Hi everyone, I'm Ross from Seconds Out Fight Store in Edinburgh, and this is a beginner's guide to wrapping your hands. Type of wraps we're going to be using today are these MTG 5 metre ones. These retail on our website for $4.99 or $2.99 for the 2.5 metres. Different types of material you'll see for hand wraps are cotton or stretch. I'm never a big fan of the cotton ones. I think you either have to wrap your hands so tight it cuts off the circulation, or you don't wrap them tight enough and the wrap just falls apart in your gloves. So the stretch ones are excellent. That's the ones we always recommend. They've got a bit of give in them, so you'll get a nice, tight, secure fit. For the size, generally 2.5 metres are best for women and kids, and 5 metres for guys, but that can vary depending on your hand size and how much protection you're looking for. Well, we're going to get started and wrap our hands there. We're going to be wrapping our right hand with the MTG Hand Wrap. So to get started, we'll unwrap the hand wrap down to the bottom, and the loop at the end we'll put over our right thumb, and the wrap will go over the back of our hand so it sits like that. And I don't know if you can see in the video, there's two sides there. There's one side on the wrap that's got like a material surface, and the other bit that's just got the stitching. We want the bit with just the stitching showing, facing up the way. So all through this you want to keep the wrap as flat as possible. That will make sure not only do you get the best possible protection, but also your wrap lasts as long as possible. So we'll start off by going round the wrist 3 times. So you can see how I've started by giving that a wee bit of a tension there. Not too tight that it cuts off the circulation, but not too loose that it will just fall apart. We'll go round the wrist 1 time, and again giving that a nice sort of pull. A second time, about 1/4 of an inch down from where you've wrapped the first part, you can see there, and then we'll go in between those 2 bits for the 3rd time. So you can see after each turn I'm giving this a pull just there to keep that tension. Again, we do not want that like too tight but not too loose either, just a nice sort of amount of tension there. So that's the wrist, that's already starting to feel nice and secure. The next stage is to do the knuckles. We're going to have our fingers spread as much as possible and go up from the thumb to the pinky over the top of the hand. And keeping our fingers spread, we're now going to go around the knuckles 3 times. So we'll come underneath and round. Again, you can see how I'm adding that tension there. This time with the 3 times, we do want this to be over the exact same bit, as opposed to the wrist, which was over different areas. We want the knuckle to be covered the exact same way. And then the 3rd time. So if the wrap is a wee bit creased, you can just go over and adjust it. So that's the 3 times at the knuckles. You should not be able to see any of your knuckles there when you make a fist. If you do see any of your knuckles, it just means you've went a wee bit too far down or up, and just to go back and do that wee bit again. But you should have your knuckles sitting about halfway along the wrap just there. So the next step is to go back down to the bottom of the wrist. So we'll take our wrap, go underneath and over the back of the hand, back down to the wrist. Like that, and again we'll add that tension there, and then we'll go around the wrist. The next step is to cover the thumb. So this is sometimes a bit that people find a wee bit tricky. So we'll come underneath and over the top of the thumb. You can see how I've done that just there, coming underneath and over just like that. So this is a part where it is a wee bit tricky. You can see I'm just adjusting this bit if it does end up a wee bit creased. It'll be difficult to keep the wrap 100% flat here, but try and keep it as flat as you can. There will be wee bits creased bits, but that's not too bad. The next bit is to cover that last bit of skin that's showing. We'll do that by going up to the pinky, and then coming underneath and over the back of the hand down to the wrist. And then round the wrist once more. Okay, so the next bit, we'll go in between the fingers to make sure that knuckle pad just up here doesn't fall away. So again, keeping that tension, we'll come underneath and in between the middle fingers just here. And again, I'm just adjusting this all the way, so if it does get creased or anything, again, this is one bit where it might end up a wee bit creased anyway, but try and keep it as flat as you can. And then we'll come down the bottom of the hand and underneath and round, back round the wrist. The next bit is to cover up this section here. If you do have some extra wrap available, you can go in between those two fingers just there. It doesn't make a massive difference. The main thing is that there's one area just there that's covering that bit and stopping the knuckle pad from falling down. But if you've got the extra wrap available, depending on the size of your hands or your wraps, then it's always good to go through those wee bits as well. So for this video, we're just going to do the one section there. So the next bit is to come underneath, up to the knuckles, and again we'll go one time round there again. You can afford to pull this a wee bit tighter. Because you've got those layers of wrap underneath that are going to make sure that your fingers don't get cut off with circulation, so you can pull that a wee bit tighter just to make sure it's nice and secure. But again, if it feels too tight, just go back and loosen it off a wee bit. So we'll now come underneath and we're going to finish off down the wrist. So we'll do that by coming over the back of the hand again, and again you can see that tension there. And then I'm just going to work my way down the wrist until my wrap's finished. So I'm working my way down. The last bit that you want to wrap is the furthest point down the wrist, so almost like into the forearm. You can see how I'm working my way down just there. I'll get one more turn out of that, and again keeping that tension, and we finish off by attaching the Velcro. So that feels nice and strong and secure. You can see I can still move about all my fingers. I've got good strong support in the wrist there. My wrist really feels nice and secure all the way, not just in one section but all the way down the forearm as well. My knuckles are well protected. Everything feels nice and strong. You can see my fingers sit like that naturally now. It's almost encouraging me to make a fist, which is exactly what you want. So that looks pretty good. I think we're good to go and get our boxing gloves on now, and that was your beginner's guide to wrapping your hands. Okay, so that was a step-by-step guide on wrapping your hands. Hopefully now you're feeling a bit more confident. Once you're finished training and you've got your wraps taken off, it's important to roll them back up to make sure they last as long as possible. So to do that, take the loop that was over your thumb, and from the inside, from the material side, roll that back up. So that's your wraps all rolled up and ready to go for the next session. What I'd recommend doing is watching this video back a good few times. Keep practicing on your right and left hand until you're comfortable with all the steps. Before you go to training for the next few times as well, I'd recommend to wrap your hands in the house. That way you're not getting flustered when you go to training, and you've got that step-by-step guide there if you need it. If you've got any comments, queries, questions, anything at all, please stick them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you think of this video. We're going to have loads more amazing content coming up very soon, so please subscribe to our channel and hit the notifications button and you'll be the first to see it. Thanks again. Cheers.